We are recording, my guy. All ready
Sweet.
to go. All right, buddy. So, first off, thank you so much for coming on, being part of the Uncommon Podcast interview team here.
No worries.
I'm really excited, man, because we're gonna get a chance to work together this month, hopefully, if all goes well, and you don't end up leaving before we get these tracks finished up. And I'm really excited too because your music is actually banging. I think there's a lot of artists in town, and there's a lot of artists in general that are SoundCloud rappers or that are just like one-off Spotify, and they don't really have a flow. They don't have any definition to their voice, and a lot of it's just like they throw in a lot of heavy auto tune, and that's it.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy to have you on the podcast, Kairos Music.
Yeah.
I'm excited to have you, and let's just jump right into it, man. I want to know a little bit about your life. I saw that you had engineering in your bio on Instagram, and I kind of wanted to know why rap and not engineering, man. Like, what's going on with that?
Not engineering like building buildings, like audio engineering.
Dope.
But I went to school for it, but it's really hard to get a job placement doing that sort of thing here in Kelowna, at least. So I don't know. I looked around studios and stuff. If I moved to Vancouver, Calgary, Toronto, something like that, probably would have been more likely to get a job. But I really like Kelowna.
Yeah, what's making you stick around in Kelowna?
Just the weather, the people, the scene.
It's really good weather, man. It's beautiful out here.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That's rad, dude.
It was good. It was good growth for me coming from like a small town Saskatchewan to the hip hop scene here.
Nice.
I feel like I've almost come to the point where I've outgrown it, but
Yeah. Did you start hip hop in Saskatchewan? Did you start rapping in Saskatchewan?
Yeah.
No way, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Where are you from? You said small town Saskatchewan?
Swift Current.
Swift Current.
Not like super small.
Yeah,
pretty
but
small.
relatively small.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Okay, let's dive into that a little bit. Like what? So you're in Swift Current, and what made you want to become a rapper, man? What made you start? Did you start producing beats before you started rapping, or did you just jump right into it?
No, I didn't produce first. I have produced before, but like beat making is just not for me.
Yeah.
It's you kind of have to pick your battles of what you want to specify in if you really want to be good at something. Like you can be good at a lot of things, be a jack of all trade, or you can be an expert at one thing. So that's why I focused on rap. But being in Saskatchewan, I don't know. I went and traveled around the world a little bit. I went to Australia, and there's a guy there that kind of influenced me to start writing.
Okay.
And so I came back. I was writing.
Man,
And
sorry. How did he influence you to start writing? Like
just by constantly freestyling in my ear.
Oh, okay. So yeah. No way. Fuck yeah.
And
That's
then
rad.
and then he wanted me to get it on track, and
Sweet.
it's my first ever track that'll never see the light of day. Hopefully.
Oh, hey.
I have it buried somewhere on the hard drive, but
Yeah, one day maybe.
yeah.
That's crazy, dude. All right. So what was kind of like the inkling? Could you take us back to the moment that you were like, maybe I should start doing this a little bit more serious, or have you always taken it serious from like day one?
Well, I've always like wrote poems.
Yeah.
And did that sort of thing. So the transition to songwriting was pretty easy, but I just wanted to make songs and have fun with it and use it as a way to express myself. So I did that for the first mixtape. But I think since the beginning, I decided if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it all the way.
100%.
So I bought like a mic, I bought the studio set up, and I just started recording myself in my basement. And then at the end of that summer, I came up and I had printed off like 100 CDs.
Whoa.
Of my first mixtape, and my dad's like, "Oh, that's what you've been doing down there this whole time." So yeah, I'm just not just yelling at myself in the closet.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
But yeah, so ever since then, just been recording lots of mixtapes and constantly progressing. So
Hell yeah, man. You do it very smart too. Like I noticed the way you work with people is you're always about collaborating. You're never, even though you are a battle rapper, and that's actually how I heard of you first.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Good thing I did that then, because I did that when I first moved to Kelowna, and I didn't really know anybody here. So
no way.
I was just trying to get involved in the scene any way that I could.
Right.
And that's, there was a few things going on then. But then battle rap was one of them. So I signed up for battling.
What made you go into battle rap? Because like I don't see anybody doing it.
I just wanted to get a leg into the hip hop scene in Kelowna. So
that's
I built
crazy.
a lot of relationships from it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I guess, know me from it too. So
Definitely, man. Like I think I watched some of your rap battles as well when you post them, and they're pretty crazy, man. Like I think
It's intense.
yeah, like it's I think that's like a
Yeah.
really sweet art form because
Yeah.
it's not super easy to record yourself or whichever in your own house or room, but like to go live like toe to
Yeah.
toe with somebody who's
Yeah.
could be better than you and like
Yep.
who could have more rhythm or like better flow than you. I think that's like a
It's-
really good way to develop, man.
The best way to explain it, it's like a boxing fight. Like you get in the ring and you're fighting with words,
Yeah.
but everybody hangs on every single word that you say, and it's it's super intense. A lot of like energy in the room, and I haven't choked yet, so
Hell yeah, that's
knock
good to
on wood
hear.
or something.
Yeah, dude. That's awesome. How long have you been doing battle rap? How long?
I
have
did
you
10
been-
battles.
10 battles.
I'm kind of semi-retired right now because
Yep.
I want to focus more on music. But
Sweet.
I help run the local battle rap league here in Kelowna, BVB.
Right.
Shout out BVB.
Nice.
Shout out the staff team.
Yeah.
We got Kyle, Jaws, Aaron,
Oh yeah.
and Cedar. So together we help run the league and put on a couple events a year, and it gives other people the same platform that I had when I first was starting
Right.
to battle. It's just like somewhere to go and rap and be heard, right? So
100%. I think that's really important. Creating any kind of, or becoming an artist yourself. I think it's way more powerful to give other artists and starting artists like a platform or even a venue to go and start their actual performance, man.
yeah, and we do debuts all the time. So.
That's awesome. Yeah.
But the
that's
cool thing
super
about
dope.
battles is it's not just performing; it brings in that competitive aspect, right?
Yeah, I like
It's
it.
and that's kind of at the core of hip hop. So I think it's kind of important for all artists, at least in this genre, to have at least like some competitive mind state. So,
Yeah, I think that's super important. No matter like what business you're in, I think that the collaborative, competitive mindset is one that's really hard to balance. But if you can nail that, then it does really like it does wonders for
yeah,
you.
the way I approach it is friendly competition. It's
Nice.
like obviously I want to
Yeah.
release music that's way better than everybody else, but
Exactly.
at the same time I want to help bring other people up and work together as a team. It's like you're trying to shine individually, but also help everybody at the same time. So,
Yeah, man, got to build that tribe, dude.
yep.
100%.
Facts.
Hell yeah. So moving on from battle rap, I kind of want to know some of the struggles that you've had going through rap. I mean, like all artists go through the typical struggle of like some people not believing in them or like being really self-conscious. But if you could give like one or two examples of the struggle that you've gone through that has either made you a better artist on the end of it, or just like a story that you would like to share of your struggles.
Being an artist, I guess when I was first starting out was just to be taken seriously, and it took a while for people to actually see that this was like something that I could do or I was good at, and maybe I wasn't the best when I first started, but if you stick with something long enough and you really work at it, you can become good at anything, right? So
100%, man.
So, I guess being taken seriously for it, especially in Saskatchewan, my grandparents would sometimes ask me like, "You still making that N-word music?" You get
hilarious,
stuff
yeah.
like that because everybody's white in Saskatchewan.
Well, of
It's
course,
like-
yeah.
and it's country music everywhere. So.
Yeah.
So being different, I guess, but eventually people realize it is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm getting to the age where it's also like, oh, you're still doing the rap thing.
Yeah.
So
Like people are starting to hate on you almost.
yeah, like my
because you've been
10-year
doing it
grad
for so
reunion
long.
is coming up, and it's like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, isn't that a hobby? Are you just gonna like quit or retire from that?
Yeah.
But I think I'm still just getting better and better. So
Hell yeah, man.
why would I?
Well, there's no point. Like I really think that like right now there's no point in quitting, dude. Like
Yeah.
so many people come across that where
Yeah.
and that's been the theme recently for
Yeah.
like a lot of what I've been hearing is there's so much noise from the outside world and like other people's opinions.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously social media amplifies that and you can really
Yeah.
have an opinion on it. But when it comes to artists or even critique, it's crazy how many people will come to your video just to leave a hate comment or be like, "Oh man,
Yeah.
that's all right," or whatever, right?
Yeah, but honestly, man, it doesn't affect me at all. I just tune it all out.
So how,
Like
how
I just put the blinders on and I just do
Yeah.
my own thing. I put it out there. If people feel it, they do. If they don't, they don't.
100%.
They can talk all they want. I'm still just doing me, right? So,
Yeah, dude. So have you built that up over the like few years that you've been rapping, like the ability to just kind of tune people out, or has that always been
yeah.
something you've
Yeah,
had?
just I think I kind of had it from day one,
Dope.
but it was kind of more just like trying to ignore. But now I can like see what people are saying, and it's like it doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah,
I think battle rap especially helped with that because
Yeah.
you develop a thick skin
For
when
sure, man.
you get in the ring for 10 minutes and say the worst things you can about each other. So
Yeah. You have to take it like a champ.
yeah, I think that definitely helped toughen my skin up a little bit, and I don't think anything can affect me after that. So.
Nice. Was there ever one battle rap moment that kind of like made it for you? You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
that's probably against Joey Malice.
Yeah?
Yeah, he brought out my dead sister,
Oh, damn.
and that's like it's a questionable line to cross in battle rap.
Yeah.
I mean, in one corner there is no lines. It's freedom of speech, say whatever you want. In the other corner, it's like respect, and lots of people try to beat him up after that.
Damn.
So it's here in Kelowna, but I told my friends not to do it because it's battle rap at the end of the day. But,
Right. Yeah. That's pretty crazy.
But that was probably like the most extreme thing that anybody said.
Damn. That's some pretty thick skin, dude. I
Yeah.
respect that. Yeah.
Yeah.
For you to take that, that's pretty fucking insane, man.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. All right. So like what's kind of your goal? What are you focusing on for the next little bit here? So you finished up battle rap, you're semi-retired from that. Are you focusing more on like creating a like a record label or anything like that? Or are you just focused on
No, man, I'm just trying to do my own stuff. I don't mind helping other artists and stuff, but to create a record label, I don't think I'm at that point yet. I mean, I feel like a lot of people start these labels or these rap groups, and it doesn't really do anything for the level that we're at. Like if you're at a level like Mercury's, then you can start a record label and you can actually help people develop their careers.
True.
But when you're just starting to get a footing in the industry for yourself, doing something like that isn't really beneficial. It's just, I feel like it's wasted effort.
Yeah, man, that makes sense. I've seen a few record labels come and go and just fail just because they've had like they're so young and they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, well, you look at any famous rapper like Jay-Z got famous, started a label. Diddy got famous, started a label. J. Cole got famous, started a label. That's kind of the framework that I feel like it should be as well.
Yeah, that makes sense, man. Having like the greats start these record labels and then
get to that point where you've have enough experience in the industry, you have enough connections, distribution, videos, media, all that stuff to help somebody else. Because for me, I can't even book a show in Kelowna right now. Like,
crazy.
It's these venues are really bad at communication around town.
Damn, hey.
Yeah. Since Habitat shut down, lots of venues. We had like 5 venues shut down in the last 6 months.
That's nuts.
And Habitat, I had a good relationship with them. That was my go-to.
Yeah.
Right now I'm shopping around, but none of them even get back to me, and it's a pain.
Yeah, that's annoying, man. That's really annoying. So like, is that why you're saying you've outgrown Kelowna then? Is it's just like the venues are just not putting out and
well, that's difficult to work with for sure.
yeah. Big deterrent.
The other reason is like I feel well, I don't want to like brag, but I feel like I'm one of the top in the city now.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I always done is start at the bottom, work my way to the top, and then move to a new city and then start over again. But I don't want to move away from Kelowna. So
Yeah, you're like you're stuck here for a while.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. If you were to move, where would you move?
Probably Vancouver.
Nice. Yeah. That seems to be the spot nowadays. Lots of people moving.
Yeah,
out to
and I know a lot of people from the scene there. I'm pretty connected, I guess, with what's going on over there. I'm part of this online forum called BC Underground.
Dope.
And it's you build a lot of connections. I battled on Smoked Out there, King of the Dot. Collaborated with a couple people out there, Heartbreak Boys. So
I know them.
Yeah.
Rad, dude.
Yeah.
All right. So, talked a little bit about your goals. Talked a little bit about your struggles. Did you have like one story that kind of like stood out? That because like I've had you know what I mean, like that
first.
moment. So I've had a moment where so when I was doing film, when I was going to film school, I was just before graduation. It was like maybe 3 or 4 months before, or maybe about 6 months before, and we had to take this course, and it was like a really bullshit course. Like we had learned all these films.
Was that a Cato?
It was, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We learned all these.
I've had my fair share of those
yeah,
too,
exactly. Yeah, because you went to Cato too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The development PD?
No, this
Those
actually
courses?
was this was one of the teachers.
Okay.
So we got put into this like website development course in like one of our very, very last quarters, which
Yeah.
made no sense to me because I was like, we've learned all these film techniques, we've learned lighting, we've
You've
learned
been creating
editing.
content the whole time.
Yeah,
Already,
why do we need to learn all of a sudden how to develop the back end of a website for like 3 months and then that's going to be graded on us? Like that's such a curveball that I don't want. Like why don't we
Yeah.
take another script writing class or why don't we take another editing class? Like there's still so much that I feel like we could have done. And I remember talking to the teacher and he like straight up was okay with it like once I started talking to him, but there was a couple times where I heard people were like he was like shit talking me behind my back and like
The teacher?
yeah, man. And he was like, he obviously didn't like me. Like I could tell that we always had that competition where I challenged him on a lot of shit just
Yeah.
because I was like, I don't want bullshit fed to me. So
Yeah.
like I'm gonna challenge you if you're saying certain things. But I remember this one time I walked into his office and we were like talking and stuff, and I was like, listen, I don't want to take this course like X, Y, and Z. And he's like, okay, if you don't do that, like you got to do another course. I'm like, okay, whatever, we can fix that course up. And with that extra course I ended up taking, I made this like documentary and it was okay. It didn't work out too well. But I got a couple cool gigs after that, following into that. But I remember the moment that I was on stage and I graduated because I didn't have to take this course. And after that, I could tell he just really didn't like me.
Because you switched to a different course.
I challenged him. I switched to a different course and he was just like, I don't know. He did have a lot of ego. And that was the one thing is like, in the film industry, you deal with that a lot, as in the music industry too, man. There's like whole different levels of ego.
Yeah.
But I ended up getting the Personal Achievement Award for like best student, like best film student, even though there was only like a small group of
Did
us.
he have to give it to you?
And he had to give it to
Yo.
me. Yeah, man. And I have a picture of me shaking his hand, and like you can tell
He's
just
seething.
like fuck, like in the inside of his head. And like every time I get mad or like get disappointed that somebody maybe like doesn't think I'm good enough, I just kind of like think back to that, and I'm like, listen, like people are gonna chirp you, they're gonna make fun of you for what you're doing, but at the end of the day, like they may still have to hand you like an achievement or like an award and like see you succeed. So I think that's like a moment of like kind of struggle and then like triumph out of it. It wasn't a lot of struggle, but it was just like it was a lot of flack that I took from even my classmates too, because I was like, yo guys, we shouldn't be taking this, and they're like, well, I don't know, blah blah blah, I don't want to like talk to the instructor and all this stuff. So yeah, do you have anything like that kind of?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head. I have something similar to that I'm going through right now. I just haven't gotten to the achievement stage yet. So, but when I do, we can revisit that.
Okay, cool. Damn, I was gonna ask.
I don't want to name names either just yet. So.
Oh, dude, that's all good. You don't have to name drop if you don't want to. Okay, cool. No worries, man. We'll move on.
Okay.
I got a couple more questions.
That's a good
for
story
you.
though.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I have a couple of those, just like weird moments where it's like, bing, and then it like switches my momentum, and I'm like, oh fuck, gotta go even harder. So we talked a little bit about your goal. What do you like? Yeah. So what are you trying to do as an artist? You're trying to grow more personally as an artist, right? Like, are you trying to grow
music?
Your,
Yeah.
Are you trying to grow your audience? Are you trying to grow, like better your performance? Do more
I'm
live
trying
shows?
to just create a better brand, a more professional brand.
Right.
Because when I started off, back in that day, you just kind of record whatever you can, release it, and slowly, gradually get better. And the fans like watch you along the way, and it's like a journey. But nowadays, what people are doing with technology is new artists will record a really professional track and video,
Right.
and then try and drop out of the blue
Exactly.
and catch people's attention. But I'm already past the point of being able to do that, right? So,
Yeah. I feel
So really, I'm just like in a rebranding stage, making sure that everything meets like my personal standard of quality.
Yeah.
And I think like musically, videography wise as well, if I can reach that, then I'll be able to develop further with the brand
Nice.
and like reach an audience and stuff. So
Absolutely. So you want to incorporate more video into your brand and your
more visual elements.
Dope.
So
Cool.
video, photo,
okay. So,
pretty much all of it.
yeah.
And even doing behind the scenes stuff where people can actually like get to know you a little better. And
Yeah. People
it
can interact.
makes a big difference. Yeah.
I think it does too. I think
Some people are just so closed off that, I mean,
yeah.
they don't really get to know who the artist is as a person. And I just watched this podcast the other day of it's really important to let people know who you are behind the scene, because as an individual artist, I am my own brand, right? So
Yeah. Exactly.
if people want to get behind my music and what I'm making, they also have to get behind me.
Yeah.
and they have to know you to be able to do that, right? So
Exactly. And it's really hard to share your story. It's really hard to tell stories when you have no platform or when you have no like raw idea, right? Like if you only have the one medium of sharing a song, it's an amazing way to do it. But if you have some photos, some video, like no one artist, even at the top now, has ever made it just off one song. Like no one's just produced a song and been like, oh, I'm at the very hit. Well, I would say within like the last 15 years, right? Like no one just records a one-off song and there's no music video and there's no photos to it or anything, right? There's always like production that follows it, or either, that usually follows it.
And my other main goal right now is consistency.
Oh,
Is to do those things with consistency.
Yeah.
It helps people stay engaged, because especially from rappers, what I notice is people will either go through waves of being consistent for a while and then drop off for 6 months, or that happens a lot. I've done that as well. I also see some people who just release like a professional video like 3 times a year or something, but they don't do anything else outside of that. And I think consistency will help you like build a better brand and grow your audience a lot faster.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
So that's my main goal for this year, is to be consistent with releasing good quality content.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So what's kind of the message that you want to spread? Is there a certain message that you're looking to amplify? Because you, like,
I think with different projects, I'll say something different.
Yeah.
Like even on an individual song basis, or I'm working on a couple EPs right now that'll all have kind of different themes.
Dope.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of artists get pigeonholed too much into one style.
Yeah.
That happens a lot too. So, like there's the SoundCloud rappers that just do that.
Yeah.
Or there's the boom bap rappers that just do that. But I feel like diversity is a really important part of being an artist.
For sure.
Even if you look at Kanye West, like agree with whatever he does or not.
Yeah.
Like over the course of his projects that he releases, he's always growing, trying new things, and all the projects are like drastically different from each other, right?
Yeah.
So.
And I think Kanye's done it really well in that sense, where you watch him and you see a whole person grow. It's not just the great times or like these are a few hit songs. It's like you've seen him in a very raw stage with like albums like Pablo and shit like this, where it's like very out there and kind of strange. And then he comes back and he has some good hits. Like he has some bangers and whatever he's doing now, which is just kind of all over the place. But
yeah, I don't know.
Man.
Musically though, I feel like a lot of artists, at least around here that I've been following, are all doing like, this is my style, or this is my style.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's good for, I guess, consistency of your brand.
Yeah.
But also I just feel as an artist, to grow and develop, you have to try multiple different styles like that.
Yeah, man, I agree. It's a lot of like what Gary Vaynerchuk says. It's like you got to taste a bunch of different things before you actually know what you want to do. And I think it's the same with art, like artistry, like which is kind of what this podcast is I love film and I love photo, but I've gotten bored of it. And like I want something a little bit more where I don't make 1 or 2 films a year, and they may be really good or maybe really bad, but I want to produce more content and I want to get in front of more people, but I also want to sit down with artists and like really dig into them a little bit more, because it helps me understand. And then when I understand more, it's easier to do videos and photos too, right?
Yeah, and then it switches it up, spices things up a little bit, and you get to, I think changing it up helps you grow. Yeah.
100%. Because then you meet different people, you have different experiences, and then when you go back to your original artwork or whatever it is that you kind of started with, you have all these
your
different
perspectives
things.
change.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have all these different things to like pull from and these different ideas.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. I respect that, dude. All right. SoundCloud rappers. I have 2 more questions for you. Sorry, 3 more questions.
Okay.
Piece of advice. But the first one is, I really want to talk about like, what do you think about the new kind of wave of SoundCloud rappers? And I'm not trying to diss them, but it's okay if you do, because I just want your honest opinion on it. And like the state of like,
I see the term SoundCloud rapper is kind of odd to me, especially since that's kind of how I guess the sound and the movement started.
Yeah.
But nowadays SoundCloud is pretty much a dead platform, right?
Yeah.
So like nobody really uses SoundCloud as much anymore. I think viewership has dropped drastically anyways.
Yeah.
So that's where it started, the whole style, but now it's on Facebook or it's on YouTube and everything. But,
kind of evolved.
But the style in general, the artists here in Kelowna that do it.
I think like both. Like I would love to hear both, but I think the whole like SoundCloud like style, like people that are
The
like,
thing
oh,
I hate,
bro.
the thing I hate about the style is lo-fi.
Yeah.
I as an audio engineer, I absolutely detest poor quality audio.
Yeah.
And when people like, yeah, when things aren't mixed properly and they just over compress and like smash out the vocals and it's all distorted.
Yeah.
I absolutely hate that.
Oh shit.
I don't care if it's a banger. I can't stand it.
Just can't do it. Yeah, that's fair enough, man.
No. Like the sad boy shit.
Yeah.
I do like that a lot.
Cool. Yeah.
I do like that kind of style. The just like hyphy bangers, not typically a super fan of.
Yeah.
Artists in that category typically don't spend a lot of time writing their lyrics.
Yeah, that's for
And
sure.
it's they
All about the beat,
don't
baby.
really have like what would be the core elements of hip hop to
Yeah.
like a real head.
Right.
Which is like you can still make new school music like that, and you can be a good writer at the same time. It's
Exactly.
possible, but a lot of the people that do that style, it's the writing quality is pretty terrible.
100%, dude. Okay. What do you think about BlueFace? Him popping
Horrible.
up recently. I
hate
agree.
him. Oh,
Yeah.
the offbeat rapping, I hate it. And I've been
so
arguing
weird.
with people online in the forums and stuff.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell if they're trolling.
Yeah.
Like they're just like trolling that he's good, or they actually think he's good.
Man, there's a lot of people
But
that think he's good. And I
They think he's like the future
bro,
legend
no.
or something.
I fucking hope not. Like his
He's
lyrics are
absolutely
absolute
horrendous,
trash.
man. I hate
Dude, I watched his fucking like Lyrical Lemonade. I don't know if you watch that channel on YouTube.
Yeah,
it's
Cole
like one,
Bennett is great.
yeah,
I love him.
He's crazy. Like usually he comes up with these like really like interesting music videos.
He's a great videographer. Yeah.
Yeah, and like that whole video, I was like, "What is this song?" And like the video was kind of cool. But
Oh,
the
he did one
song
for
was, like-
BlueFace?
yeah, he did. That's how I heard of him, man. He did like the first one that was popping. I don't even know it, man.
I just watched like one of the videos and I was like, no, not
I
happening.
can't do it, bro. It's just
It's complete garbo.
I think if you're gonna be okay, and this is one of the reasons why I want to
See,
have
I
you
don't
on the
understand
podcast, too.
how that can hit with so many people though.
It's just the beat, man. That's what I was gonna say. It's all the
Yeah.
beat. It's like
that
you
honestly
have a good beat. You're set.
beats can carry artists
Yeah,
very far.
bro. Look at people like Little Pump, 6ix9ine. It's all about the beat, man. Like
Yeah.
no one's
Those
really
artists
going to the,
artists have been able to more so develop their
For sure.
flows and the ability to be
sure.
on that kind of beat,
Yeah.
but the beat
Lyrically.
carries a lot of those
Yeah,
songs.
I meant like even like new Little Pump's new song Racks.
Yeah.
Man, like
I
that's
wasn't really a fan of that
bro.
one.
I was like, I like
But the
it,
video is awesome.
bro. The video
Video's
was sweet, and now I'm just addicted to the beat, and that's it. I
'Cause
really don't
a good
care
quality
what he's saying.
beat, a good quality video, and the lyrics don't even really matter.
No, dude.
After that,
Yeah, because his video looked like GTA 6, man. Like the trailer for GTA 6.
Yeah.
It was insane.
yeah.
That's nuts. All right,
But
man.
yeah, if you also added in good lyrics to
Yeah.
that equation,
Be
then
better.
you pretty much have like legendary status.
Yeah,
right?
you'd be kind of going back to the golden age where it's like you revamping the beats for like a modern day, and then you're just
Yeah.
having more lyrical elements that are interesting for people to listen to. So even if they're not catching them all right away on the first or the even like hundredth time they're listening
Yeah,
to
and you
the
don't
song,
even have to go crazy like Eminem style, intricate. But as
No.
long as you have like some wordplay and some
Yeah.
some
flow, man.
some words that people
Yeah.
haven't heard before,
Exactly.
multi-syllabic rhyming, interior rhymes. You
Yeah.
can play around with rhyme schemes and stuff too. When people just rhyme just the last syllable, that really bothers me.
Me too. I
But-
feel that. I think like there's so much you can do with it. and
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate to see some of these people just talk about the same things. And
Yeah, there's a lot of poor writers
oh yeah.
that do get carried by beats.
Yeah. And I think it'll just like they'll get weeded out eventually, man.
I just think producers need more credit though.
Yeah. Oh
to be
yeah.
honest. That's why anytime that I work with a producer, I always make sure that they get the credit for what they do, because a lot of the times that's like makes or breaks a song, you know?
Dude, same with video, man. Music makes or breaks a video.
Yeah.
It's so much different to listen to a video with no sound than it is with sound.
Yeah.
Same with music, man. People that make music and like make beats and produce these things, I don't think they get enough. They don't even get enough credit, but they don't get enough support either. Like you see a lot of
Oh,
these.
so many rappers are just like, hey, can I get this for free, that for free, this
Yeah.
for free?
100%. And it's
It's
just
like,
fuck off, man.
I mean, everybody wants things for free.
Yeah.
Like, but you can't walk into a mall and just like take what you want for free.
Yeah, dude.
It's people create these products and spend their time doing that, so
Mm-hmm.
you purchase that.
Yeah, man. You got to pay for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big thing too, is a lot of people have trouble paying. You know?
Yeah.
No, sorry, I'd say a lot of the wrong people have trouble paying. So like
That's the people that want everything for free.
Yeah, dude, they want to be popping. They want to be millionaires. They want to be 300 million people on Facebook. So they walk into a superstore and everyone knows who they are.
Yeah.
But they have $50 to spend. It's like that doesn't happen. That's not equatable.
No. The weirdest thing though is like in the industry.
Yeah.
Is everything costs money where you have no money when you're first starting out as an artist. But then once you reach a certain level and let's just say like Mercury's, for example, you have money, like probably a decent amount of money that you've made from music, but then you don't even have to pay for anything anymore because these other like photographers, videographers will work with him just based off of his name.
Yeah.
And you get sponsorship deals and everything. So it's weird how the more money you make in this industry, the less you have to spend.
Yeah.
The more you get for free. It seems backwards.
It is. But I don't know. I think it's just like the influence that they have, right? Because like these rappers aren't just making a fuck ton of money. They're also making really good music. And people are like feeling attracted to that and they understand.
So,
at least
so it's because of
right?
their skill. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Which is pretty incredible, but still.
But it just creates like a big barrier to entry for like initially getting into it. Right?
Exactly, man. There's the barrier to entry is a lot lower now with being able to produce your own music and throw it up on SoundCloud or Spotify or whatever. But it
still exists.
Oh man, it's still very real. Like there's still a large gap that you have to go before you're considered professional and before you're considered, I'd say like a proper and like a real rapper. Like, yeah, you can have even like 100 tracks out, but if they're all garbage and nobody really fucks with your stuff, aside from like maybe like your small town or wherever you're from, you're not really at that level yet, man. Like you can't be expected to pay or play in big arenas or expect that people think you're this hot shit, right?
Yeah. And like my recording quality is good now, but also I've built out my studio over time.
Yeah, man.
And it's got like $4,000 or $5,000 into it. So
exactly, dude.
It's it takes time to get those quality things.
Yeah, it's a big progress, that's for sure. Big progress. Sweet, man.
Yeah.
So one more question. Little piece of advice.
Okay.
So on this podcast, we really like to focus on the uncommon mindset, which is one of the main reasons I wanted to have you on today. I think that what you're doing, especially with pushing forward for how long you've been doing rap, is really key and critical, especially being able to go into battle rap and stuff like that is definitely like a hardened mindset. And you have to have a certain perspective of the world. Of the world. You have to have a certain perspective of the world. Mm-hmm. So with that said, I would love to hear one or two pieces of advice that you could give to somebody who's either a creative or an artist, a musician or a rapper, and they are struggling right now to be true to themselves and to produce content. Is there anything you would say, or is there any advice that you would give, practical or non?
It sounds kind of cheesy, but just do it. Nothing is going to happen for you. You just have to get up and do it yourself. You can't rely on like this connection here or somebody else to do something for you there. I've had a lot of opportunities that have kind of been waved in front of me and then taken away. But the biggest opportunities that have come for me are the ones that I made for myself. And really just putting in the work yourself. I guess having the same goal as me, being consistent with releases and just consistently working towards your goals.
100%, man. Sorry, I do have one more question for you.
Yeah.
Through all this, through all the hate, through all the stuff that you go through to become a rapper, is there anything, like one thing that drives you, that really pushes you to follow your dreams and to not give up on them?
Yeah, I'd say kind of the turning point for me when I started taking music more seriously was when my sister passed away.
Yeah.
In a car accident. And it kind of makes you just realize how short life is when something like that happens, right? So it's kind of just seize the day and do what you want to do right now. And when that kind of thing happens, you realize like our time on this earth is extremely limited, right? And we could live till we're 80 or we could die tomorrow. I have no idea. So might as well live your life to your fullest and do what you want to do.
Fuck yeah. Boom. That's it, man. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Sorry to end on such a heavy note.
Dude, no, that was perfect, man. I want people to like listen to this and be like, holy fuck. Like, yeah, like that's, you need to have some weight sometimes. You need to have some responsibility.
Let's go.
Hell yeah. So tell the people where they can find you, some of your social medias and what's going on.
Facebook, Instagram, SoundCloud, everything / official
SoundCloud
Kairos
rapper?
music. Yeah. Yeah. Official Kairos music, Kairos. And find me on all that stuff.
Awesome. Thank you so much again for joining us, my man. We'll hopefully have you on another time after we've done this music video, and then we can talk a little bit about that and go forward with that. But nonetheless, thank you everybody for watching and listening to the Uncommon Podcast. My name is Shay Masluk, and we will all see you soon.